this is part of the reason that I co-sleep. It's just the cutest thing in the whole world. Hi there, Mandy Lee here. And some people have asked me why we co-sleep. And so I wanted to do just a quick video in the early morning hours here. Actually, it's not early morning, it's like 9:30. So I am a night person and I like to sleep in. And one of the benefits I've found to co-sleeping is that Luca always, his whole life, has been such a good sleeper, and he'll sleep in until like 9, sometimes even 10. But he's never woken up earlier than like 8, really. And I believe that part of the reason that is because we get to sleep like this, like super snuggly and all loved up. And, you know, I didn't plan on co-sleeping at first. My plan was to just have him in like a bassinet on the side of the bed, which you can see we use as a humidifier and kind of like a storage bin now. And I also use it as like a bed rail, basically, so that he doesn't fall out of the bed. But I am breastfeeding on demand, and it just got really exhausting for me to constantly have to like get up out of bed and pick him up and nurse him and stay awake and sit up and then put him back in the bed. And so I found that sideline nursing, so nursing kind of like this, with some pillows propped up to support me, was so much easier because, oops, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, we needed to nurse. So I found that I could pretty much sleep through the night from early on if I sideline nursed. Oh, good morning, baby. Good morning, my little boy. Yeah. I love you. Say good morning, world. Look at that smile. Oh. Kiss. Mwah. Toddler life. Okay, so where was I? I don't totally remember, but I think what I was saying was that I figured out that if I sidelined nurse and was just laying with him in bed, that I could sleep through the whole night. He would nurse, and then I would fall asleep, and then when he wanted to nurse again, he would just nurse. And if he wanted to switch bobas, he would just kind of pull on me a little bit, and then I would just roll him over my body to the other side, and then he would nurse on the other side. So I got a really good night's sleep, and because we were co-sleeping, and we are co-sleeping, it definitely helps with my milk supply as well, because whenever the baby is like close to your breasts produce more milk, and plus if he's nursing throughout the night, then they're also producing more milk, so it's allowed me to have a really good milk supply and practice extended breastfeeding as well, which is something else that we do. We still get to cuddle with Daddy. It's not quite the same, but you know, when I'm breastfeeding like this, Daddy cuddles with me on the back, and when we flip over to the other side, I kind of just put my arm out, and usually will touch my husband's head and arm and body. And then my husband and I make sure that 3 times a week we get cuddle time without Luca Kai in the bed. We have somebody who comes and watches Luca, and we get to have like our time together. So it works for us, and I think ultimately you just have to do what's going to work best for your family. It also allowed me to, I felt, keep a more watchful eye on him. Like at night, if there was one night where he got the flu and his fever started rising, and I was able to catch it right away. And he actually ended up getting some mild convulsions from his fever increasing so much. And there's been lots of nights, like he's 15 months old, where he is teething really bad, or where he's had a cold, where, you know, it's just so much easier to take care of him and to be aware of those little subtleties when we're bed sharing together. So it makes me feel a lot safer. The other thing I should mention is I often have him sleep like with my arm around him so that his head is on my arm. So that way I can be sure that, you know, his face is not going to get smothered by anything. He sleeps on top of the covers, not under the covers. So I don't have to worry about them going up and over his head. So I do little things like that that just make it safer for our family. But like I said, ultimately you have to do what's going to be best for your family. The last thing I want to mention is the cuddles, which you saw before. Like, they grow up so fast, and especially as a toddler, he's like running around all over the place, and I don't always get those cuddles in, and they're so important to me. Like, we're such little love bugs, and I really enjoy that. And so any time that I get to spend with him, where I get to just snuggle him and hold him and kiss him and cuddle with him, I treasure those moments. And when we co-sleep, we get to have that time together. And if it's a day where I've had to work and I haven't had to spend as much time with him, I get to spend the night with him when I'm holding him on my arms. And it's just really special. And it's really special too when we get to wake up in bed with Daddy. So Daddy usually wakes up before us, and he leaves for work before us. So in the morning, Luca, Kai, and the pets and I get that snuggle time. But on the weekends, Daddy's here, and that's really special too. Luca loves to roll over and see Daddy and touch his whole face. They're just really special moments that we have together as a family in bed. So those are some of the reasons why we co-sleep and why we bed share. And I don't know how long we're going to do it for. I'm just doing what feels, you know, right to me, what feels right to my husband and our family. And when it doesn't feel right anymore, then we'll switch and we'll do something else. But just wanted to share, since I've had some people asking questions, that's why we co-sleep. Hi guys, it's been a long day, but I am getting ready for bed here, and I just wanted to show you one more thing, which is when my husband and I are wanting to have a little bit more connection time at night, we use something called the DockATot that has been a total lifesaver for us. So I'm setting up the bed now, and you can see, like, that's where we sleep, and then here's the DockATot. And so the DockATot is basically like a little mattress, and then it has bumpers on the sides so that you don't have to worry that much about your baby kind of like rolling out. It keeps them in their own little contained crib, so to speak, unit right here. And then we also don't need to worry as much about you know, rolling over on him or anything like that, because it's almost like he's got these little pillows around him. And what's cool about the DockATot is that this material here is actually breathable. It's like a mesh type material, so even if his face was pressed up against it when he was really little and a newborn, he couldn't suffocate at all. So that kind of brought me an extra peace of mind. And the DockATot is like that's another whole video. It's just a huge awesome thing, because we take it with us wherever we go, and the baby knows that as that's like his bed, and so he always feels comfortable. I use it as a changing pad sometimes when we're like out and about. I put a towel on it. They also make a bigger size that we use as well. That's in his other bed in his crib. So there's lots of uses for it, but that's another way that we safely co-sleep as well. Hi there, morning. So we recently, we just woke up, but we recently changed our co-sleeping bed setup now that Luca is a little bit more of a toddler and he's moving around a little bit more in the bed. I just wanted to be extra safe, so I'm gonna just show you what we did real quick. You wanna say hi, guys? Say hi.
Okay, so our bed used to be a big canopy bed that was really tall, and so we took the canopy bars off and we took the box springs out because our bed frame, as you can see, it's pretty low to the ground. Our bed frame actually has wood slats in the very bottom of it, so we just put the mattress right in the bottom of it. So now, here, let me flip the camera. Now our bed is actually pretty low to the ground, so it's a lot safer, and Luca knows how to get off the bed. And then here's what we do. So what I've done here is, you know, here's Luca's Dockatot where he can sleep, and then my husband and I can sleep here. And then just as extra protection from him like rolling over the edge if he was to toss and turn, I actually put yoga mats underneath the fitted sheet. There's 2 yoga mats right here. And it works really good. It doesn't move very much, and it creates a super nice bumper just for a little bit extra protection. And then, you know, I had a little bit of space here between the nightstand and the bed, so I have a little thing here. And he's like probably never gonna fall out, but just in case, I have these pillows on the floor too. And those are all the pillows we use to make the bed. You can get off the bed. How do we get off the bed?
Good. Good. Wow.
Good job, Luca Kai.
You're almost there.
Yeah. Good job,
You
Luca
did
Kai. Yay, Luca.
You just had to let go, bud.
Okay, so here's the bed made, just so you can get a kind of a vibe of what it looks like and see the height off the floor. And let me also just show you this. So I highly, highly recommend getting a few toddler pillows. This is a toddler-sized pillow. You can see it in comparison next to like a regular-sized pillow. And this actually isn't even a toddler pillow. This is a hospital pillow that you get from the hospital from when Luca was born. They gave me brand new ones, which I just put in his toddler pillowcases. But I have found that toddler-sized pillow is like the perfect size because it's fairly flat and it's tiny. So when I'm co-sleeping and he actually is in the bed because I'm sign-line breastfeeding, I don't have to have a really huge pillow between like me and my husband. I can have this nice tiny little one that, you know, just supports Luca's back so that he's facing towards me when we're breastfeeding. And also creates like a little bit of a buffer between him and my husband, and is a little tiny pillow that he can put his head on if he needs an angle, if he's a little bit congested, which sometimes happens, and sleeping at a little bit of an angle is a little bit better. So I find that those can be super, super handy. And then just so you can see, this is the side that I sleep on with Luca, and so there's where the yoga mats are, and there's where they aren't on my husband's side. So you can't really tell. And then when I make the bed, you know, I just put the comforter over, and then I put the Dockatot and his toddler pillow behind my regular pillows. So everything is there and ready when we need it, but, you know, during the day, it just looks like a regular adult bed. All right. Bye, everybody. I hope this was helpful. If there's anybody else who is thinking about doing co-sleeping and isn't sure, wants to hear somebody else's story on why they're doing it or how it works for them, please feel free to share this video with them. I hope it's helpful. And I don't know, I just bless everybody on your parenting journey. Have a great day. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Say bye. Did you just look at me? Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Here. Oh, there's a foot. There's a foot. Time to get in some morning stretches.